Wait. We're live. I believe so.
Yeah. Okay, hold on.
Wait,
I'm trying
let
to
me
join
make
it
sure
right
we're
now.
live. Let me make sure we're live.
We are live right now.
Woo!
We are in fact live.
Let's go.
Yo. All
All
right.
right. So, the very first episode of this podcast that ended up escaping the group chat and made it.
Yep.
We
We've been talking
finally
about it
did
for a
it.
long time. Talking about it for a long time.
Yes. All right. So, 2-3. We're 2-3. We are.
Yeah. Not
Yeah. 2-3.
not where we want to be. Especially
Exactly.
since we're thinking, oh yeah, we're starting 5-0. Four
I
and
know,
one,
bro. I'm
whatever.
telling you. If you would have asked
So,
me in August what we would have been, okay, going into the season. If you would have asked me in August what we would have been at the end of September, I would have been like, we're 4-1 at minimum. Killing Arkansas, killing Cal, killing New Mexico. Everyone, we're killing them. We're not. We're 2-3.
yeah. Yeah. This was probably worst case scenario. Obviously we beat Alabama and
Yep.
obviously the memes about New Mexico State, whatever. Oh, last year they lost to New Mexico, whatever. But seriously, this is probably worst case scenario. And for it to be a worst case scenario, it's not as bad as many people. We're not a team defined by a record right now. We have so much more
Yeah, that's
potential.
facts.
Um,
Your camera's
so
sliding, dude.
actually,
Yes.
okay. Hey, twin.
Anyways.
Uh,
But yeah, we're
um,
not. But, thinking this podcast will probably be about 35, 40 minutes ish. We may go over. We have no clue. But we've got some notes we're going to go over. Going to be
quite
talking
sure right
about
now.
we're going to be going over the Oklahoma game. Just kind of recapping that. We're going to see what me and Eli think Oklahoma will go the rest of the season. We're going to talk about it freezes in a hot seat. And we're also going to preview the game that we have coming up this next week in Athens. And then we're also going to go over
It's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah, we're also going to go over the Hugh Freeze, the press conference he had this morning, Monday morning. And then, yeah, so that's pretty much what we're going over.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, if you're just joining the stream, be sure you guys like the video, subscribe, the usuals. Trying to hit 10 subscribers by the end of 2030. So I need you guys to help us get to
Hello?
that goal. And yeah.
Hello?
Can you not hear me?
Can you hear me, Will? Because I can't hear
Yes,
you
I
right
can.
now.
What's going on, bro? Bro's
Glenn, I
messing it up
cannot
for
hear
me.
you. I'm not even joking here.
Bro,
Turn the
what?
camera off right now.
Bro, okay. Well, we lost.
Absolutely cannot hear you right now. I'm just not joking.
Are you back? You need to turn your camera on. What's going on? What? You there, bro?
Yes. Okay. There we
Okay, I
go.
couldn't see.
Okay. Yeah. No.
All
No.
right,
What
bro.
up?
While you get that figured out,
Weird.
yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Can you hear me?
It'll start to the stream.
Can you hear me? Hello? 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 Okay. We're gonna have to get this figured out.
Yeah. Loki might have to keep the AirPods off because they're absolutely not working right now.
You don't need AirPods. It sounds better without AirPods. It's okay.
Actually, well, it's because you're right next to my face. If I'm gonna keep the camera on, it's gonna have to be way farther away than this.
It's okay. We'll try. We'll see how it works. We need camera.
Camera Eli is back. I'm gonna start
Yes.
picking up. Had some technical difficulties. AirPods are not locked in, but
Okay, we're back.
we're back up. We are back.
Okay, so let's just re. Okay.
Just forget
So,
that ever happened.
yeah.
We're back.
Well, what we were saying. We're gonna be going over the Oklahoma game, predicting how they're gonna go, talking about how is he in a hot seat, and then we're gonna be previewing the Georgia game. We also might be reacting to the game that happens in Tuscaloosa this weekend. Really big game. Potentially.
What a good one. What a good one.
Bro, we can see you, bro. You're fixing your camera. But yeah, crazy game in Tuscaloosa, man. Ryan Williams is a dog. But yeah, and then we're gonna end it off probably predicting how the rest of the season will go realistically, and yeah. So, Eli, your initial reaction to the game. What were you thinking when it was third quarter? It was 21-0. What were your thoughts?
21-10, right? Not 21-0.
21-10. Yeah, sorry. 21-10.
I think I was not at my home. I was away, and my phone died, so I couldn't watch. I didn't start fourth quarter. So, but I'm thinking stress free. Okay, stress free. It's 21-10. Fourth quarter starts. We are looking magnificent, and I come back home, and we are down in the game.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I'm saying, what the heck happened? So I didn't actually see us. Obviously, I watched saw what happened. I was like, what the heck happened? We were just up 21-10. So it was a state of depression.
It was a state of
for
depression.
sure.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was not good. It was not good at all.
Well, I was at the game, as Eli knows.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, just like the energy going into the fourth quarter, everyone was swag surfing, dude. Freaking going crazy. We were like, wow, we're about to beat Oklahoma, who's number 19, I think? I think they were number 19.
Yeah, that's where they are now. I think they're like 21 maybe.
They were like 20. Yeah, okay.
Ranked SEC team.
Yes, we're up 21-10 on a ranked SEC team. And life's about to be great. I'm gonna go pick up some Outback after this and watch that game in Tuscaloosa and have the time of my life. And that's not what happened.
Yeah.
But regardless of the result, I think there were some positives. There were a lot of negatives, but for one, Peyton Thorne looked great.
Yeah, he looked great. I think overall the positives outweigh the negatives because how the season has been so negative so far. I think people talk about the pick six, whatever. I think Peyton Thorne had a great game overall. Yeah, had a great game.
338 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and compared to how he's been playing, I think that's a great performance. Regardless, like
100%. On the one pick is what I'm talking about. 4 in the Cal game, obviously.
Yeah.
Against one of the best defenses that forces turnovers. We only had 1 turnover in the game, so I view that as a 3-to-1 ratio. I view that as a total win for Peyton Thorne.
Yeah, I mean definitely, and I think it really kind of solidifies the fact that Peyton Thorne is the guy for us right now.
Yes.
Because Hank Brown, obviously, we saw him crumble in that game against Arkansas, which nobody wanted to see. We wanted to see Hank Brown do great.
Yes.
I think I speak for everyone.
Or go Hank Brown save us.
Yes, Hank. We needed Hank to save us. But I think that really did put into contrast what Hugh Freeze saw in Peyton Thorne. As opposed to other quarterbacks, and probably why he had so much faith in him because like he was just like miles better. Like he was just making these veteran decisions. Like you could just tell Hank Brown was a freshman out there. You know, just like throwing into double coverage, not making throws. You know, threw 3 interceptions against Arkansas. Um,
Yeah.
really
First
boneheaded throws,
half.
if you ask me. But
Yeah.
you know, it's just yeah. Peyton Thorne,
Yeah.
people hate on him way too much, and that's just kind of the
Yeah.
just kind of happens at Auburn for sure. Um, but yeah, Peyton Thorne
Dude,
looked a
gosh darn
lot
it. You
better.
just, I'm going to be honest, you just cut out once again. So I didn't hear the last 5 seconds of what you said.
I was just saying Peyton Thorne looked better. It was he's the guy for right
Yeah.
now with our QB room.
Yeah.
Um, and then we have something else down that was interesting and about how the receivers are getting kind of active. Like Coleman, he had a really good game, I
They had
think.
a great game.
Except for that
I think,
one,
I think,
there's this one throw. Peyton Thorne throws him the ball, and Cam Coleman is like he just goes inside the DB, and Peyton Thorne was throwing like almost fading him to the sideline so he can make a play on the ball on the sideline.
yeah. Yeah, if you've
And
ever played a receiver, you've done a one-on-one route or whatever, most of the time, say you have I don't know, a post or something like what Cam Coleman ran, you get by your defender that easily. Most of the time, it's just a check to go. I've beat my guy. Just throw me open. It's an easy touchdown right here. So I think that's
yeah,
just something. That's what Peyton Thorne obviously did. I think it's just something. He's a freshman. He's a young guy. Whatever. Start having
yeah,
start as a freshman. So
that's that chemistry, dude.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that's the problem, especially because we have, I think it's 2 returning receivers this year that
yeah,
like were on the team this year. We have Lambert Smith, obviously balling out, still a new guy. Cam Coleman, Malcolm Simmons, whatever,
yeah,
the kid from Cal, I forget his name. All new guys, all first years. So that's just
yeah.
it's
And
it's I mean
it shows it's kind of a glimpse as to what we could be having in the future, like in the near future. Like if Hugh keeps this steady uprise in talent coming in, I think that it opens the door to a lot of potentially good seasons. The reason I say potentially is because we haven't really seen. It's been kind of inconsistent, but we haven't seen like a consistent, like I guess you could call it play calling, but it's just like
yeah
kind of the overall coaching in games. It's just like, and I've seen it everywhere. Like all these videos I'm watching, it's like people are just mad with how Hugh Freeze has been calling the games. Like for example, that one third down that Peyton Thorne threw a pick six on. You've got a running back who's averaging 5 yards a carry,
yeah
and he
I know
decides to throw the ball on third
yeah
down. It's just like,
I know yeah we literally have that jotted down. Jarquez need more touches. I mean.
yes,
Maybe it's
yes,
the right read, maybe it's the right play, but I don't think it really matters. You're up late in the game, you're trying to milk some clock, and you have arguably at least the top 2 or 3 SEC running back. I think you just got to hand it off and you know see what he can do, get
yeah.
you a first down.
And
Um,
honestly, like, you got to control the game. And it's like, you run the ball, worst case scenario, not worst case, but like, most likely, as opposed to getting a first down, you don't get the first down and you punt the ball. Your defense has been locking up Oklahoma most of the game. So I don't get why you don't, you play to punt almost because you don't want to turn the ball over. And I remember sitting in the stands, dude, just thinking, man, we cannot turn the ball over. We can't have some stupid turnover that ends up putting Oklahoma back in this game. And that's
yeah,
actually what we ended up doing. And
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. You view the one turnover as a positive, but also as a negative because it came in the absolute worst time of the ball game.
yeah, yeah. It's like, yeah, well, we didn't have 4 turnovers this game, but we had
Yeah,
one.
but
That one turnover was a pick six,
yeah, and
and
you
it
can
put
come.
Oklahoma in front.
yeah, you can come back from the pick six second quarter, but fourth quarter that late, whatever, it's tough to come back from when your time is dwindling down.
Especially because Oklahoma had all that momentum, dude. Like
Yeah,
they scored. We're on offense. 3rd and 4 on like the 40-yard line, so we're out of field goal range. Or 50-yard line, we're out of field goal range. Oklahoma knows this is a big third down for them. So it's like if Oklahoma gets to stop, they can go score, and this will be a massive comeback.
yeah,
So like their
yeah,
momentum was all in their direction.
yeah. I mean, I could tell from watching on TV. I'm sure you could tell from at the game a big momentum switch,
Oh yeah,
switch, even like the crowd in general.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. But yeah, you know, a lot of that game sucked, dude. I wish we were 3-2 right now. Well, I wish we were 5-0. We should be 5-0.
yeah,
But
we very well could be. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
yeah. So yeah. So Oklahoma. How do we think that they're gonna do the rest of the season? Because they got a gauntlet, dude. Like
They
they
do. They got Missouri, Bama, LSU, Ole Miss, all in nearly back to back to back to back,
yeah
and South and Texas. What am I saying? They got an absolute gauntlet. So
yeah
they're nearly. I mean, you look at the Tennessee game, probably as obviously it sucked you lost, but you only lost to 10 points to the number 4 team in the nation. I mean, you can view that as a win.
yeah
You barely edge out an Auburn team that just kind of hasn't found their identity.
yeah
I don't know if they're going to make the playoff or not. That's a great question to have. But I should look into the schedule. I mean, Texas probably a loss. A good game for South Carolina. They could easily win. Depending on, I mean, truly how good they think they are and how think they're good. They think they're going to be. The Ole Miss,
yeah
Missouri, LSU games. Those are the big. I think you have to win all three of those if you're gonna try to make the playoffs.
yeah.
Um,
I have them losing to Texas, Ole Miss, Alabama, and LSU. LSU is kind of a toss-up because it's
yes,
LSU. They've kind of looked inconsistent, but then I looked at where the game was. It's in Death Valley.
that's valid. So yeah,
Yeah, so it's like I don't think if sure you went into Jordan Hare, but you're going into a Death Valley against an LSU team that is a lot better than Auburn is.
this Auburn
So
team. Yeah,
you know, and then Alabama, obviously they are good. They are really
it's at
good.
Oklahoma. I really don't think that matters. Same for Texas at Oklahoma. I really
Yeah.
don't think that matters.
No,
It was
Texas
both.
is good. They're really good.
Um,
Corey
interested
Lewis
with the
coming
Ole Miss
back.
game. Say
Ole
what?
Miss. Yeah. Yeah,
With
that one
how,
is kind of a toss up too, dude. Like
especially,
especially
I
what?
think it all depends on Kentucky because if we had that was the first actual game Ole Miss played. Their average margin of victory is probably 60 before the Kentucky game.
Yeah.
But they lost the Kentucky game, a really good game at that.
Yeah. That was
But Kentucky gets smoked by South Carolina, nearly beats Georgia at the time, number 1 or 2 team in the nation, and obviously beats Ole Miss. So I'm really interested to see the Oklahoma Ole Miss game. I think it's a must-win game for Oklahoma if they have playoff intentions.
yeah,
So
for sure. And that Ole Miss what was it? Kentucky. Ole Miss Kentucky, right? No. The Kentucky versus who was it? South Carolina. Kentucky got blown out by South Carolina.
yeah,
And
at South Carolina. So,
yeah, I
which I-
truthfully think that Kentucky was looking ahead to Georgia because of
Probably.
how well they played against Georgia and how poorly they played against South Carolina. Because we're about to play the number 1 team in the nation at the time. We're about to play the number 1 team in the nation. We gotta be ready, dude. This is our time to shock the nation, dude.
Yeah. Either they're probably thinking either we 50-50 on the South Carolina game and then probably lose the Georgia game, or give out our best efforts but really be playing for the Georgia game and
Yeah.
in more hopes of winning Georgia. And obviously skunked by South Carolina and nearly beat Georgia. So
Yeah, but yeah. So I've got Oklahoma going 7-5. And that's not because they're a bad team. I just think that they got an absolute gauntlet of a schedule.
yeah,
It's the SEC, man. It's first year in the SEC. I think
eats each other alive. That's why this 12-team playoff is big for the SEC because the teams like Tennessee in their good years, Ole Miss, LSU, whatever, unless they're really having a hot year like 2019, never got to make the playoff because they would always lose to maybe Bama or Georgia or
it's
Tennessee.
Like, one loss could knock you out.
Yeah.
And dude, and Michael Hawkins Jr., dude, that freshman quarterback from Oklahoma, he's a dog, bro.
He is a dog.
Like Oklahoma could get really good if he sticks with them.
True. He's a true freshman. I know he's a true freshman.
Yeah.
He's a freshman. The thing with Auburn, how I thought Auburn played good, we didn't limit the only really big plays they had. I think we limited them to under 300 yards offense and only 20 offensive points. But we were honestly getting after them all night.
Yeah, we were.
But they obviously had the explosive plays, the big run, the big pass, and all that stuff. But I watched the Tennessee game too, and I think they can be really good with Michael Hawkins.
Yeah, dude, Michael Hawkins, dude, he's special, bro. And if he ends up transferring, dude, he can't transfer, bro. That would suck for Oklahoma.
Go home.
Of course, you gotta remember though. I kind of forgot. I forgot about this, but Oklahoma had 5 of their best receivers out of the game against Auburn.
Yeah. I was thinking about that after the game. Yeah. And before we started this live, I was like, wow, they really had some, I don't know, D2 players or two-lane worthy wide receivers or scout team players out there. So I don't know, it just made me more impressed.
Yeah, it's like you think Michael Hawkins jumps on top of that when they get their receivers back? You think they end up beating
I haven't seen the injury report and how long their top guys are expected to be out. I assume some of them are out a while, but I think they could really be looking at their. I mean, next few games are obviously really tough, but I think the offense could really be good, and their defense is obviously really stinging good. You held Tennessee to 25 points.
Yeah, man, their defense is killer. And dude, we had 20 points against their defense, 21 points against their defense.
I know that was the positive. We offense was offense until the fourth quarter. Didn't turn the ball over that many times against a really good Oklahoma defense. That's what I saw.
I mean, that's the pride of Oklahoma, dude, is their defense. And we dominated them on defense or on offense most of the game. It's just that one turnover. There's one thing that I really like. Okay, this was one thing that Hugh Freeze he brings up in his press conference, which we'll get to more later. But the time of possession was a key factor into the offense dominating because and he mentioned this in the press conference. He said that we were number 16 in the SEC for time of possession.
Mm-hmm.
Which is bad, dude. That's bad because our defense
there's only 16 teams in the conference, right?
Yeah. I think so, right? I think it's 16.
It's bottom of the barrel, regardless.
Yeah, I mean that's bad. So it's like that's pretty much guaranteeing that your defense is out on the field most of the time. So it's like your defense is getting no rest.
Yeah, and it's also just encouraging as a defense to get a big stop, get your team hyped, and then you're on the field within 30 seconds because your offense just had it out.
Yeah, and I also think like that almost helped show how good the offense really was because it almost when you're going so fast, it's almost like all of your big plays are like mashed together because like you're just going so fast. It's like you've got 30 seconds, 25 seconds on the play clock and you've snapped the ball already and we're going. And like, yeah, that can be good, but it's like you can have an explosive play and then have a 3 and out, and it's like that drive was useless because the drive was a minute long.
Yeah.
Yeah, time of possession, dude. That was a key factor in Auburn dominating. And I don't know how much of the game you watched, but you would have noticed they huddled every single play. Every single play. They took the play clock down to like 5 seconds.
Yeah, I noticed that a lot. A lot of times our play clock was under 10 seconds, under 5 seconds. Taking our own sweet time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was good. I liked seeing it. And it almost like at the game, you'd hear the crowd start like yelling, snap the ball, snap the ball, snap the ball. Because the clock was going down to 2 and 1 seconds, and it's like they weren't set. But it's like I think that was intentional for sure. I know it was intentional because he brought it up. But yeah, time of possession, dude, that was a key factor for sure.
Yeah. For sure.
But yeah, so we mentioned it earlier. Excuse me. But yeah, so we mentioned it earlier. Hugh Freeze, 2-3 is not the start that we expected.
Yeah.
We expected 4-1, maybe lose to Oklahoma, or 5-0.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'd say 5-0.
Yeah.
Cruise through Cal, the crap schools, get a good win versus Arkansas, go with momentum into Oklahoma and win that.
Yeah, I mean that's what I was thinking too. Ended up not going that way, and now there's a lot of frustration amongst the fans. So I mean, I don't, but do you personally see Hugh Freeze kind of in a hot seat right now?
I see where they're getting it, obviously. I don't. One thing I find interesting with we fired Gus because he wasn't winning games, and look at us now. But it's something I think it was in the press conference or whatever. He has how many freshmen starting? 24 out of 49 guys.
Yep, 24 out of 49 guys.
You can't blame all this on him. You have to.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to stick through. He didn't just build like FSU, which that didn't work. Obviously, build a team through the transfer portal. He is starting from the bottom with recruits. 25, 26. Obviously, have really good class. 25 so far, good class. 26. So I think you just have to stick with it at first and build a program from the bottom. You start with the recruits, and he has done a great job of that.
Yeah.
You look at our now, obviously, so we have some great defensive freshmen. Cam Coleman, obviously, Malcolm Simmons looks good.
Yeah.
I think he's in a hot seat. I just think he is building a program from the bottom, and that can take more than 1 year. Obviously, that's all the fans are expecting. Oh, 1 year, he'll be fine. 2 to 3 years, you could be in a rebuilding mode, and be really good after that. But yeah.
Yep. What's up, Grayson? Grayson Hester.
Yo.
No way, bro's in here. Bro said better than talk to her. Okay, bro. Okay,
Don't disrespect.
Dude,
Don't disrespect.
Hester, we're talking about if Hugh is in a hot seat, dude. Me and Eli kind of are on the same track here. It's like you gotta be patient. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember some bad Georgia years.
Yeah, exactly.
And then obviously built the program from the bottom to where it is now. Getting all the recruits, winning all the games. Lost a nail biter, unfortunately. Would love to hear your reaction to that, Grayson, as a Georgia fan.
We fired the but dude, hold on. What was Kirby's first year?
I don't hear you. Nor do I remember. Like his record of what year he came in, I don't remember either.
He was 8-5 his first year.
What was he
I'm
for?
not saying we have Kirby Smart, and quite frankly, Georgia was in a way.
Nor am I saying we had a team that Kirby Smart had. So we did not.
He was in a better position.
Probably was.
Yeah, he didn't have to. He wasn't the predecessor of Potato.
Yeah, Jarquez Hunter and Fayweather is about all that I can think of that he produced. So.
Yeah.
And our GOAT Alex. And our GOAT Alex Pearson that we'll talk about later, mate.
Our GOAT. But yeah, so my point is, or my point of view for on if Hugh's in a hot seat is, You gotta give him time. Obviously, Potato did not leave the best circumstances for Hugh, and the reason they brought him here was to bring Auburn back to its former glory.
Yep.
So, I think 2 years is unrealistic. Realistically speaking, you gotta give him time to let his first class that he invested a lot of time in become sophomores and juniors and seniors. Because that's when you start seeing how much he's developed the players. That's when you start, seeing players that have been in his system for 2 or 3 years. So it's that's when you really start seeing the quality coaching that we feel like we're not getting right now. And it's we're just in an awkward period right now, for sure.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you can see if he can develop players, or he's wasting talent, or his system isn't good enough, and he's wasting good players in a bad system.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and it's he's doing less with more. I've seen that being thrown around a lot, and it's
100%. Yeah.
Kind of, but I don't know. It's just not. It's too short to tell. It's not been long enough. We don't know. I don't know.
You can't win, 9, 10, 11 games with a team that, what was it, 24 freshmen are playing.
Yeah, 24 freshmen starting.
That's insane. But,
insane.
we have we got all these recruits, whatever. They're going to come in. Recruits don't just, they don't, unless, Ryan Williams is obviously balling out. But you don't just come absolutely dominate.
Yeah,
if it is, it's
you can't get 24 Ryan Williamses.
I know. It's not 24 guys they're starting because nobody else is good enough. It's not they're starting because they're dogs. There are dogs, but not because
there's a reason 24 freshmen are starting. It's because there are 24 sophomores, juniors, and seniors who are not better than these freshmen. They suck. So it's what are we doing? What was Potato doing, bro?
I know. I remember we were so high on him too because we were just so ready to get Gus out.
Dude, yeah. And honestly, truthfully, I think, you saw Gus, man.
The Gus
Colorado
buzz
game. That was classic Gus, man. Just absolutely just pooping his pants to some team he shouldn't be losing. Maybe we're not giving Colorado enough credit.
Maybe we're not. I think they had the Heisman, but a lot of people. He's criminally underrated, Travis Hunter, for Heisman for what he has his own touchdown to interception ratio as a non-quarter. But
Ryan Williams was born in 2007, dude.
2000 what? 7?
7, bro. February 9th, 2007. That is crazy.
How far? What are we doing? We have to lock in. What are we doing?
Yeah, what are we doing, man? That's ridiculous, dude.
No, I've seen those memes. It's I'm 23 watching 17-year-old Ryan Williams torch up ACC defenses. What are we doing?
What are we doing, man? I'm in college, man. Thousands of dollars in debt.
Ryan Williams.
This guy that's making millions and millions of dollars, and he's not even a legal adult.
I saw something. He can't even buy a lottery ticket or anything like that.
No, he can't. His parents are signing his travel forms, dude.
He's got to go. All these games are field trips for him. He's got to get his parents' signature.
Yeah, Grace, he's a year older than you, man. What are you doing?
What are you doing, Hester? You're not torching up ACC defenses right now.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
I remember. Cam Coleman's gonna be better than Ryan Williams. Yeah.
Well, Ryan Williams is also on a national championship caliber.
Yeah, he's got Jalen Milroe, who I think is also I like watching him play. It's just watching him play. Pretty good O-line. Also, other good receivers. Ken does have other good receivers around him. But not saying Peyton Thorne's bad or anything, but he's not Jalen Milroe.
Yeah. Yeah. But you give Cam 2 years to develop junior year. He's gonna be a freaking dog, bro.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's a late bloomer because he's obviously doing good right now. Baby, his potential is right there with Ryan Williams, but it's gonna take him another year to get there with him.
Yeah, just because He decided to be a part of the rebuild, man, and it's gonna be
Yeah,
be worth it. It's gonna be worth it. I'm
yeah,
telling you.
100%.
But
You know, Ryan Williams. If he came here, he would probably transfer. That's the vibe I get from him. He's definitely going back. I don't think he ever committed to Auburn, but he's definitely going back and forth. The thing is with Cam, it's Malcolm, it's Barry, it's Bryce, and it's Ryan. You know,
yeah,
so Malcolm Simmons got his the other day, so I like that. He's so fast. I think he could be really good.
yeah, dude, Cam, bro, and Cam's big, bro. That's the thing that he's got on Ryan is like Cam's like he's 6'3".
I think he's 6'2", 6'3". I think Ryan's 5'10". Probably
Ryan's
more
6
loose.
foot. Ryan's 6 foot.
Ryan's 6 foot. My bad.
175.
Ryan's what is he? 170 body weight maybe.
175.
Cam's like 205, 210. You think that's not? They both look skinny. You think it's not much of a difference, but Ryan's gonna get snapped one day probably. So
Yeah. Of course, that is what they said about Devontae Smith. So
he does. Does get thrown around in the
Yeah,
league.
he does. He does.
He's literally hurt right now. I think he has a concussion.
Is he?
I think he is.
He may.
I can look it up. Look it up right now. But I think he is hurt.
Yeah, he is hurt. He was ruled out.
Yeah.
Man.
So I just know that because fantasy people or whatever. Literally the first thing popped.
Grayson said he's selling in fantasy.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
yeah, he got hurt, dude. That's bad.
Yeah. But so what we got next? Going into this game in Athens.
Yeah, we got a big game in Athens. Grayson, we're getting into the juicy part right here. Gonna be previewing the game against none other than Grayson Hester's Georgia Bulldogs.
Yep.
What are we thinking? First away game. Like we mentioned earlier, we got 24 freshmen. 24 freshmen.
Yeah. First away game. Absolutely hate the schedule. 5-0. Our homecoming was like our fourth game, and we hadn't even left. There's nothing to come home from. So I think it's a stupid. And our next home game is like November or October. So I really don't like
November.
A&M or something, or I don't know, LA Monroe. I think I really hate the schedule.
Yeah.
So or home and away game ratio, but yeah, first away game, not a fun place to have your first away game. And then the 24 freshmen who hadn't played an away game yet, can they go in a hostile environment and still perform? I don't know. I don't. Obviously Georgia has a Athens pretty good stadium. Crazy fans will bark at you. I think my friend said he got barked at a home game. Was it you that said that?
My dad got barked at a home game, dude.
Yeah, barked at an Auburn home game, getting barked at by Georgia fans. So a very hostile environment to go in. I think it will truly show us who's up. Who can perform, who's just gonna crumble down and not perform. Yeah.
Well, you also got to realize 24 of the guys that are starting this week have been playing in front of high school level crowds. And the times they haven't, they've been at home.
Then the crowd's been rooting for them.
Yes.
So they're about to go. Not sure how big
their first away game is in Athens.
Yeah, not sure how big
the places to play.
Yeah, probably pushing around the 100,000 mark. I'd assume. Assume it's packed out because it's Deep South's oldest rivalry. It's like pushing 130 times we played.
Yeah.
So assume this is no Vandy. Obviously we got the record of Vandy, but we're no Vandy.
Yeah.
So
we're a lot better than our record shows for sure.
Yeah. Well, so this will be packed out. Maybe we surprised people. Maybe we shocked. Kentucky did. At Kentucky. Yeah. We did it last year at home. Georgia game. Forget the score, but really could have won if it wasn't for Brock Bowers turning into Gronk last year. But
yeah, he was literally a freaking. Yeah. You think here's something else. You think Alex will be back?
Auburn Bias Instagram account. Telling Alex, please come back. Please come back.
He'll be back. I think he'll be back.
I think by the end of the season, I think one of my sources told me that he went like don't know how true this is. This is one of my friends who is friends with Alex. If you don't know, we went to the same high school as Alex. I just absolutely doxed us. You can look that up. But we went to the same high school as Alex McPherson. Sorry, I just doxed us. Yeah, we were our IP and location. But I said he went like 2 for 10 at practice the other day. Obviously not good, but at least he's kicking now. If you don't know the injury he had, well, he was injured. That's all you need to know. But just the fact that he's back kicking now is a good sign. Should be like riding a bike. Should be back pretty soon. I think he will be back by the end of the year. I don't know if he'll be back for this game though.
Yeah, and I think Magoo, man, that was just a fluke. He's a lot better of a kicker than Oklahoma showed for sure. And I think he'll walk if he ends up starting against Georgia. He'll walk into that game and probably knock down a 40 or 50 yarder.
Yeah, he hadn't missed one all season besides from the Oklahoma game.
Yeah.
In the 53, whatever. Sure, you're gonna be NFL. What probably your 4 or 5 star kicker, or whatever he was. But still, a 53-yard field goal is extremely hard for anybody making a game. I understand that one. 27 though. First one, understand it, rush and whatever. Second one, an absolute chip shot. Maybe it wasn't his fault. Maybe it was a snap and hold fault, but still, just missing a 27 like that. Really, his field goals are what the difference are. We lose by 6. Maybe he makes one of those. That's the difference. He makes one, because then we're down 3, and then
he has missed one.
Driving down the field in the fourth quarter with no timeouts, 50 seconds. It is insanely easier to get into field goal range and set up maybe a 40 or 50-yard game in a field goal with maybe 3 seconds left than to score a touchdown on your own 20 with 50 seconds left, no timeouts. It is insane. So one of those, I think that field goal is absolutely the difference. 27 in the game.
100%. And also, going back to the game, 4th and goal on the 1.
Yeah.
And they don't bring Jarquez out there?
Yeah.
Are you kidding? We got the best running back in the SEC.
Yeah, this goes back to just Jarquez need more touches. I mean, you got to take advantage of him. I mean, I saw some of his runs get stopped at like the 2-yard line with 1 or 2 people trying to tackle him and just gets 8. I mean, it's insane. And I think you get the big boys in there, put Jarquez in, and he'll go get you a touchdown. Yeah. I forget. We went Wildcat formation, right? Something like that.
Yeah, it was the Wildcat,
Yeah, and we just can't. I think, did we have that happen last week where we get stopped on the 1 or inside the 10 or 5 maybe versus Arkansas? I know we fumbled in the end zone. Something like that. I think we got to be, I don't know, we got to be able to score in the red zone like that, especially inside
we got to be able to finish drives.
In the 3-yard line. We got to be able to finish that.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah. But yeah, Alex, we need him back, and we need him back healthy. We need him back. We need the old. We need last year's Alex back.
Yeah, has he missed a field goal in his collegiate career? I know he didn't miss one. Probably. I think it was 17, something like that.
I'm not sure.
But I know top, 5 kicker in college football when he's healthy. So.
Oh yeah, dude. He's dressing right now. Like he was at warm-ups.
That's a good sign.
Yeah. So we got. Let's see. When's our bye week?
That's a great question. I don't think that don't pop up on the schedule. Does that schedule pulled up? But it don't pop up when the bye week is.
He did miss. He's missed 1 field goal, and that was in.
It was his first year, right? First year.
Yes.
He went perfect. He went perfect last year, though. But I don't know because they don't pop it up when you just look up the schedule. You have to look that one up on your own, unfortunately.
Yeah. But yeah.
But
we need McPherson back, dude. Need him back.
And again, those kicks, one of them is the difference. And he missed both of them. It's like, oh, well, there's a flag on the first one. Well, we can decline that penalty and take the made field goal, Yeah. So just that one kick, 2 kicks, big difference, and late towards the end, especially, setting up a field goal or game time field goal.
Yeah.
It's got to
Should have been 24-7 going into half.
should
Make that field goal and get that touchdown,
yeah
and it's not 14-7. And that's
yeah
just not how it went.
yeah. Just gotta clean up those things. Red zone, go score that, make the field goal. Maybe I think I could have made that field goal. To be honest with you, 27. I think I could get there. Give me 2 weeks of training. I'm getting that.
Lying, dude. You were lying, bro. This guy's.
I'd be close. I don't know. That just shows you. I mean, 27's gotta be chip shot. I mean, and maybe we lose by 14, and that field goal won't matter. But we lose by 6, so that field goal's really big towards the end when we had the ball with 50 seconds left. So
Yeah.
that's my rant pick.
And I really don't know how much better Oklahoma's defense is than Georgia's, but it can't be
that much better.
Can't be that much better because Oklahoma has one of the top defenses in the nation.
Yeah.
Truthfully, and it's like
Yeah.
if Peyton Thorne is throwing the ball that well, except for that pick, and we're running the ball that well, offensively, one of the biggest problems for us should simply be the fact that we are on the road. I think that if we can execute like we do at home to a degree, we have a shot at hanging on with Georgia. Now, our defense, I'm not sure. Just not sure.
Really inconsistent the defense has been.
They've been lights out in the second half.
Yeah. I mean, they played solid. But yeah, we're about to find out if we are really bad and we only play decent at home, or we're a real team. But I think it's got to be like the Bama game last year. If you remember it, Jarquez, we established the run. So when we're not passing great, we can go back to the run. I think Jarquez had near 200 yards in the first half rushing. Maybe it was like 120, 130, or maybe 150. I don't remember the number. I just remember we established that run, and that is big towards the end of the game, especially because to win football games, number one, you got to be able to establish the run and have great defense. We had both that game last year. So if we can establish the run, that opens up opportunity to throw the ball.
Yes, and Hugh wants to throw the ball. We know he does.
No, 100%. So we can get them.
I want to see us sling that ball around, dude. I mean, that's fun to watch.
It is fun to watch. We got all these big recruits outside. Malcolm Simmons.
Yeah, dude.
Send one go ball. Lambert Smith. Send one across the field.
Dude, we can't forget about Bryce Kane, dude. He's gonna be a dog, bro. I'm telling you.
And I think he's played one game this year. Same. I guess. Very. I guess if he doesn't meet the minimum requirement, then they redshirt him. But yeah, you got these nice new receivers. Lambert Smith and Cam Coleman. Let them make a good catch. Let Malcolm Simmons get a fade ball on the outside and see if we can beat the Georgia.
Make a play.
Make a play. If Ryan Williams, and when we saw how Ryan Williams was torturing them, and I forget Bama, they're number 5. I don't know his name. I just know he's pretty good. I'm pretty sure he's a transfer from Washington, maybe. Don't quote me on that though. I mean they did really good in the passing game, so I don't see why, as long as Peyton Thorne locked in, I don't see why we can't do the same.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right, Hester C, dog. Thanks for popping in, bro. We appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Merry New Year and Happy Christmas. Yeah. See you, bro. Appreciate you. But yeah. Georgia, it's not a the one thing I don't want to see is us going to Georgia and lose 42-10. I don't like that can't happen, man. And and I really think there's a possibility. I don't like saying that, but I really think there's a possibility.
Yeah.
Really can't happen. Especially if you want to just like keep the team and the fans invested.
Yeah, that's big time. Keeping the team together.
Yep.
That's big. But I just kind of popped in my head that also affects Oklahoma and their seeding for the playoffs. It's like, oh, Auburn got killed by Georgia, by Bama, by Missouri, whatever,
Yeah.
and they close game with Oklahoma.
Yeah.
They should be in the top 12, but just
Yeah.
kind of thought about that.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah.
Mm.
But yep. Georgia game looking. We'll see. See how it goes.
Yeah,
I really think that the tone at practice for Auburn will be. I think it'll be good. I truthfully I really trust Freeze on that, getting the tone, getting the players' mindset ready. I think that he's got all that down. Um, I think it's just a matter of executing on game day and getting the results.
yeah,
But
yeah.
we'll see.
I think they had to take Oklahoma game as a positive. I know it probably didn't feel good, but there were a lot of positives. So you take those
Yeah.
positives, you go to Georgia week, and either you lay down, it's like, oh well, they're I guess number 5 now, number 5, close game with Bama or whatever. They look really good, or you say, well, yeah, we probably got a chance to win this thing.
Yeah.
The big how the morale's going to be at practice this week.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, Georgia looking it's possible, not probable.
Yeah, not a game I'm going into Athens and expecting to win.
Yeah.
But I hope to see positive from the game. Hope to see
And
many
hopefully
positives.
we can play 4 quarters of football.
Yes.
Regardless.
Yep.
I need to see that. But yeah, we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
The last thing we're probably gonna cover tonight is the press conference this morning.
Mm-hmm.
That video, dude. The video was like 24 minutes. Long press conference. The one after the game on Saturday was like 7 minutes. So they talked about a lot. But kind of opened it with, he said it a lot, and he's wanting to return Auburn to its former glory. There was one quote that really stuck out to me, and I liked that he said this because it shows that
Ooh.
he's addressing the growing pains, and he's addressing that the results are not what we expected, but there are positives in these results. The
Yeah.
quote was, he said, "Stick with us through the growing pains." Goes on to say the results aren't that far off. So, and I agree with him. Like, we're close, man. We're closer than we were last year. Not last year. Last week. We're a lot
Yeah.
closer than we were last week to being a
Yeah.
really competitive team. And it's it's not too late to turn it up, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah. But at least to give the fans something to watch, give the team morale high, maybe recruits wise. But yeah. Thought there were positives Arkansas week. I thought there was way more positives Oklahoma week. So.
Yeah, for sure. And it just the results, says the results are not far off. They really, we saw how much closer we are to being good this week. With how we played against Oklahoma for 3.5 quarters, we saw it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think we gotta remember that 2 years is a short amount of time.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna get a playoff level team in 2 years unless you've got Nick Saban. You know what I mean? And we don't have Nick
Yeah.
Saban. And we're also in a lot worse of a position than Nick Saban was when he got Alabama.
Yeah. 100%.
I think.
100%.
I don't know. Don't quote me on that. They may have been really bad.
I don't know. Nothing's worse than potato.
Potato was awful. He was bad.
Worse than.
But yeah, and then he also mentioned, we've mentioned this several times tonight, but he mentioned how we've got 24 freshmen starting. on Saturdays. 24 out of 49. So that's like that's half the guys.
That's
Half
over
the
half
guys
the
that
guy.
were in high school last year are starting on the Auburn
Yeah,
Tigers. That's
yeah. Like
crazy.
like we said earlier, they're not starting because they're dogs. They are dogs, but it's because the guys above them aren't great. And then once again, not all of them are going to be Ryan Williams.
Yeah,
You're gonna have some guys that make a lot. They're gonna make a lot of mistakes because they're freshmen. But
for sure, for sure.
uh,
Yep.
so
And I'm gonna go ahead and call it now. I think that there will be a lot of backlash on the coaching this week if we lose. You know, this is kind of the
yeah,
reality. It's Auburn fans, dude. But
oh yeah. And we would. They were still, hating on Peyton Thorne, and he had a really good game. I can go back and look
yeah,
at
dude,
his
I don't
stats.
know, bro. I don't know how people hated on Peyton Thorne for this week. I know he threw that
330,
pick six, but dude, 330 passing
yeah,
yards is
3 touchdowns, and then 65% completion rate. That's not bad. From
that's
what we
good, dude.
from simply 2-3 weeks ago, Cal, to where we are now. I mean, that is so much better improvement.
Yeah, dude.
Um,
Yeah.
so
Yep. And then he talks about the game plan. Said that it was great, and I agree with him, dude, because like we mentioned it earlier, they were trying to slow down the offense, and I really think it worked.
it did.
We had 35 minutes of we were on the offense for 35 minutes. They were on offense for 24 minutes. 2 weeks ago, that was not the case, or a week ago,
Yeah,
that was not the case. Like I said earlier, we were 16th in the SEC in time of possession. Um, and that's not gonna cut it, dude. That's not going to.
yeah,
But that was kind of, you could tell that was a part of the game plan because they were huddling after, most every snap or
yeah, and,
after every play, and they were
yeah.
taking the
Bringing that
clock down.
game clock, yeah, bring that game clock really low.
Yeah, I think it worked, dude. I like what it gives the defense time to rest and keeps their offense off the field too. You know,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
we need.
Tempo is good. Tempo is needed. But I'd say, especially for a week like Oklahoma, when their offense is so electric, you want to keep their offense, off the field more.
Yeah,
Um, so I guess just week by week, maybe their offense is better, and we need to go less tempo. Slow it down. Maybe their offense is pretty bad. Um,
yeah,
for a little tempo to try to catch the defense off guard. Oh, well, we get a 3-and-out. Their offense isn't great, So
yeah. And I think regardless of them having all those receivers out, dude, they had that quarterback, and
yeah,
he's a dog, man. So it was important to try to kind of minimize his effect on the game for sure.
yeah.
Um,
What was it like? I guess it'd be their first drive. Had the 6 yard whatever rushing touchdown up the middle. Had the
yeah,
big play, big long. He had a big long passing touchdown, right?
yeah,
Um, so that just shows
big,
sparks for his Oklahoma team.
yeah,
Maybe not next year. Maybe next year. He's a freshman, but it looks
yeah,
good right now. You have an absolute gauntlet you're about to go through of schedule of games. I'm also interested off topic. I'm also interested in the Missouri game because I don't even know who Missouri played last week. Who did they play last week? Do you know?
Vandy.
Um,
Was that 2 weeks ago?
well,
They
uh,
had it. It was a close game
that
with
was
Vandy.
maybe there's a bye week. Well, I think it's the week this week. That was the 21st they played. Man, this was a bye week. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Close game with Vandy.
Yeah,
That's why I'm interested to see the Oklahoma game, and they're about to play A&M this week. And eventually we play them to see um, if they're truly, number 9, top 10 team, a playoff team, or if this is just still preseason hype. They
yeah,
beat Boston College by 6. You know, I don't know what
yeah,
to tell you. Maybe
yeah, dude.
preseason hype.
I don't get Missouri, man. Like I can't. I don't know if they're good. I,
Don't.
I don't
Same with
know.
LSU. Y'all see some like LSU. They'll look so good one week, and they'll look like a pile of crap the next.
Yeah,
Just
LSU's kind of weird. I feel like they're mediocre. You
yeah.
know. I think they are a top 25 team and nothing
I
better.
think I think they're like ranked 13 right now.
The 13?
So
Really?
yeah, 13. I mean, yeah, this is also one reason I don't think Oklahoma makes it. They got Utah, which Utah is different than what it looks like right now, because Utah will probably be top 4 because they'll win the Big 12. I have absolutely no clue who's going to win the ACC. Who do you think's going to win the ACC?
Clemson, maybe?
Clemson. I'd say it's either Miami, who looks pretty good, Clemson, or Louisville. That's them. So one of them's going to be in the top 4. Obviously, it'll probably be Texas or Bama win the SEC. Ohio State will win
Georgia
the
could,
ACC.
dude. Don't. Georgia could
Yeah, I
definitely.
know. Well, or if I'd say they have to be. It's the top 2 teams. They got rid of the conferences, right? Or the divisions for SEC.
Yeah.
So if they lose to Texas, then it'll be Bama, Texas, SEC championship probably. So obviously top 4 like that, and then you got LSU, Iowa State, even Clemson if they don't make it, USC, all these teams above Oklahoma. So that's just why with Oklahoma about to go through a tough schedule. That's why I just don't think they'll make the 12 team playoff. So.
Yeah. I don't know. Brian Kelly, kind of like known for, like at Notre Dame, like yeah, he's a good coach, but at Notre Dame they were constantly overrated, and it's
Oh,
like at
100%.
LSU,
Always preseason top 10, top 5, top 7, top 6. When you're in that range,
yeah,
I mean, they would just think the bed for what they had.
they would,
So,
dude. Yep.
and I honestly, it just slips my mind sometimes. They coach at Notre Dame because he had like 400 something wins there, right? It was insane.
I
But
don't know. I don't know how many
it was
wins he had.
it's pushing all time status. I think I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I don't know. It was
Yeah,
also funny. They would lose like to a nobody, and they would drop like 4 spots. That was it.
yeah.
They're still they've worked there. They've played good. I'll be honest. They played good these past few weeks, but now they're already back up to 14. But they have been playing good. Benefit of the doubt. You lose to Northern Illinois, but they have been playing pretty good.
Yeah. To be honest, though, the UCLA game, it was kind of close for a little bit.
For what? LSU?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was odd at some points, whatever.
Yeah.
So I was,
UCLA is bad.
yeah. The South Alabama game. Shout out South Alabama. They have been insane. Beat App State
They
by
have been
about
going crazy.
beat that one team 7-10. That just shows you like parity or whatever. I mean, a South Alabama team that most people probably didn't heard of, that'll beat this other team by 87. I think it's like Wagner or something. And like, imagine Wagner played LSU or something. It's just insane the levels there are to this, bro. But interested to see. I assume it's this week. Or they might have a bye week, but is October 12th? What's today? That's not. I guess LSU does have a bye week this week.
Yeah.
But they got Ole Miss next. LSU Ole Miss next, so that'd be good at Death Valley. That'd be pretty good.
Yeah. Yep.
But it got a little off topic there from the Hugh Freeze press conference.
Yeah. So what Hugh, the last thing that I have written down, well, the last few things is he said that there were lots of positives, but there were a lack of results, which every Auburn fan could agree with that statement.
Yeah.
Lots of positives. They were number 3 in the SEC for fewest penalties, number 5 in the SEC for passing, number 1 in the SEC for explosive pass plays per completion,
Yes.
number 8 in the SEC for total options. Huh?
No, you finish.
And then they were number 5 in the SEC for yards per carry.
Is this week alone, these stats, or is it all season? Yeah. I've seen the total explosive pass plays a couple times, and that just shows you potential.
Yeah.
All these things too. Penalties for discipline, pass, and we've looked good. I mean, when we get hot, like remember the first drive of the Cal game, drive down, score a touchdown, great catch by.
I thought we were gonna kill Cal, bro.
I mean, I saw that. I was like, wow. His first real game versus a real team. Sorry, Alabama A&M, you're a high school basically.
Yeah.
First real game versus a real team who could obviously be good, somewhat good. I think they're the only loss to FSU, but that's irrelevant right now. And just like, wow, drove down first drive. All this preseason hype for the offense is paying off.
Yeah.
It's real. We're going to be good passing. And then we score like 14 points for the game.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep. It's like they scored, and then we just could not do anything.
no, obviously, 4 picks don't help. But
Yeah. But yeah, and that that kind of brings us to our point that we had all these positives, but there are also these negatives.
yeah.
I've said it like 3 times already, but we were 16th in the SEC for time of possession. And that's bad, dude. Gotta
Well,
gotta be able to keep the ball.
That's what he last in the SEC. I don't even know. There's 16 teams. We're dead last.
Yeah, and then we were 16th in the SEC for turnover margin, and I think that played a part in the time of possession because we had all these explosive plays, and then we'd get on the 30, 20-yard line, and the drive would be cut short because we turned the ball over.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I remember that Hank Brown. I think he had like 2 picks that were inside like the 40-yard line midfield. And that's nearly at least like a field goal, You drive or whatever. But that's not Peyton Thorne obviously, but still just the turnovers in general for the Arkansas game, just to shut it. So it's a drive killer, obviously.
yeah,
So,
turnovers, man, it's bad. It's
so
bad.
So yeah, that was one of the major positives. Still, I don't know. I mean, would you rather have like 2 turnovers, not in the fourth quarter, or the turnover that we had in the fourth quarter, 2 or 3 turnovers that game that we can come back from, or the pick 6 that puts us out almost.
I mean that pick 6 sold the game. I mean that pick 6 that was game because they already had momentum, and then they'd go and take the lead. And with how this team has been, it's like I had no hope or no faith in this team to bounce back just because of how it's been this season so far.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Lots of positives, but there are also some negatives. And a lack of results. Just not getting those wins.
Yeah.
And with those, with the lack of getting wins comes with a question that a lot of people would be asking, especially Auburn fans, because we had in 2012, Auburn, let's see, what did we go in 2011?
Was that the year we were horrible?
We were terrible in 2012.
Okay,
so we win the Natty 2010.
Yeah.
We go 8-5 to 2011. It's like, okay, well, we got a little bit worse. It's okay. Cam's gone.
Can't go back to back, probably.
Yeah. 2012 comes around and we are like 3-9. And
yeah, it's bad.
The difference, like if this team this year were to go 3-9, this team would be miles better than if we were to go 3-9 last year.
Oh, 100%. This would be like the greatest 3-9 team ever. I think you sent me that. It's like you sent me. It might have been you sent me something like that. Like the greatest 3-9 team ever. I mean, yeah, we have so much talent.
Yeah.
Just results that we want.
Yeah,
but,
and like part of that is like, and this is kind of like what we wrote down is like, in 2012, that team just stopped caring. It's like they just didn't care after, like I don't remember how long. It was like kind of in the middle of the season, I'm pretty sure. But it's like that team, they did like they just lost interest. It's almost like they lost interest, And I think a lot of people are almost worrying about that with this team because of how much talent there is.
Yeah, to not finish out the Oklahoma or lose the Cal or Arkansas, whatever. I mean, it is more killer, and that's what ruins the season.
Yeah. And you don't want all this talent to stop carrying, and then at the end of the season, all transfer. That's what people. Yeah. I think I speak for everyone when I say we do not want all this talent to go down to the drain next year because They all gave up on Auburn and left. So
Yeah. That's when I was scared. That's the freeze four, whatever.
yeah,
That's what I was scared of. We lose one or two, maybe three of them. But yeah, you got all this talent. I think Hugh Freeze just really got to say, yeah, hey, team sucked before y'all got here, and you're a freshman, so you're not going to be able to turn this team around. No, how you are, you're not going to be able to turn this team around in a year, maybe two. So you just got to like Cadillac last year for morale. We beat A&M, or was it last year? 2 years ago. Sorry,
2 years.
Was it last year?
It was 2 years.
Yeah, whatever. We beat A&M. Just absolute morale boosters. I think it was in A&M maybe. Let's think and go. We beat A&M. Morale booster going into next year, get a new coach, all that good stuff. But yeah, I think we need a couple morale wins. Maybe beat Missouri, Kentucky, even Bama. That'd be really nice, but probably won't happen. I don't know. He's got to keep this team together.
I really do trust Freeze on keeping the team together. I think he's a great teacher and a good coach. Like you see all the clips of him like just talking and helping build the team mentally. I think he's got it. I really do. I don't think that should be a fear, and Freeze doesn't think it either about losing the team.
Yeah.
Quote, losing the team.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of the main points that I got from the press conference. There's one thing that I do want to end off with. It was at the game. There's this cheerleader. There's just
it's a hilarious clip. I mean,
it was before the game, and Oklahoma's coming out of the tunnel. They're all booing Oklahoma, right?
mm-hmm.
And this cheerleader's doing backflips as they're walking out of the tunnel. And
I mean, I don't know. First off, shout out for the people that are dodging him. I hope they're both like 40. Like, what a reaction time there. But I mean, it's that little but. But I don't know who approved of us doing backflips right when they were coming out. I don't know if intimidation factor or something. But I don't laid them out too mid flip. I think like 8. Boom. Get that head on a swivel, son. He will make you feel you. My goodness. I don't know who approved of that, but it was stinking funny to watch. Yeah, let's go. We get a dub. Wham! Gets blindsided by probably thinking of prime Ray Lewis right there. No, it's an Auburn stinking cheerleader mid flip.
flip, dude. Yeah, it's a dude.
Yeah,
Bro.
I think
That
girl would have bounced off, but the guy's probably got a little more mass on him. Not trying to say anything, but
yeah,
it's funny.
that was pretty funny.
But before we go off, let's get the schedule predictions in. We didn't do that yet. Let's get
All right, let me pull it up.
schedule predictions in. I'm gonna write mine down. We can go through game by game. Obviously, hope they differentiate because that would be just, kind of be boring if they didn't. But Georgia at Georgia, what are your thoughts? We kind of went over it, obviously, big portion of this stream. But what do you think? Win or no win? Maybe. Okay, 2-4. My goodness. Why's that? Yeah, I'd also sometimes be asleep, so I didn't like them. But 2-5, 2-5 sounds so bad. My goodness, like we're not 2-5 bad. Yeah. So then, what are anything that happen at the Iron Bowl? But looks like they got two Heisman, not two Heisman. Wow, that is next level Ryan Williams glazing saying he's a Heisman candidate. My fault. One Heisman candidate probably. Sorry, it snuck out. Anything that happened at the Iron Bowl, but it seems that only happens at Jordan Hare. That a six a 6-7 Auburn team only makes it a game when it's at home. And it happened 2019. Happened. We were pretty good in 2019. Happened 2019. Happened last year, obviously. So, but it's just, the bad part is, I mean, we have gone through what was meant to be our 4 or 5, easier games. The reason I say Oklahoma is easy, we were supposed to go with momentum. That lose to Cal, I lost to Cal. Lose to Arkansas, should not have lost to Arkansas. We lose two of our games 2-1 there at home. And we should have beat all Oklahoma, obviously. My schedule prediction, I'm saying we do lose to Georgia. Hopefully we put up a good fight. Just coming off a loss for another rivalry, another Alabama State rivalry as well. I think we not get waxed, but a good 10, 15 point loss. Missouri, I had these flipped. I say we beat Missouri. Am I out of my mind? Maybe I still have some of the preseason hype, but so we beat Missouri and lose to Kentucky. I haven't flipped just because not this recency bias towards Kentucky. Yeah, they've been playing good. Defense looks absolutely insane. Holds Ole Miss to like under 20 points, which is insane. High powered, Lane Kiffin, Jackson Dart, Ole Miss offense obviously holds Georgia to dang 13 points. Kentucky defense looked really good. I think we could easily win this game, but I'm just gonna say, just for the sake of it, I say we lose that one. Beat Vandy, beat LA Monroe, beat A&M at home, and lose to Bama. So same record, but just flip flop Missouri and Kentucky. Yeah, this Georgia game's gonna. So yeah, this Georgia game's gonna tell us a lot. Next dream's gonna be Georgia recap, and then how we look on the road, and if that changes our schedule prediction, maybe we look really good on the road, handle well under pressure, and maybe we
Yeah.
beat Missouri and Kentucky, or we play like crap and we beat neither of them. So
Yeah. I don't know. And I think like Missouri and Kentucky, I don't think they're much better than Oklahoma.
I don't think so,
Truthfully,
especially Missouri. I think Missouri, are they fraud alerts? Are we gonna have to? Are they fraud alerts? They might be frauds.
they might
I
be
don't
frauds. They could be
see
frauds.
college a 6 point win. They were ranked. I mean, it's not like Boston College is a bad team. Nearly loses to Vandy. Shout out Vandy, man. Good for their program, their fans. I assume the two fans they have were in more depression than Auburn fans. Beat Virginia
Yeah.
Tech. Should have beat. Should have won the Missouri game. If we're being honest. I don't know if you watched it. I don't watch. I think they. I mean, I think they really should have won that game.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, shout out Vandy. But
Shout out Vandy, man.
they deserve it. They need it. They need it. The 4 fans they got up there. I mean, the Vandy Auburn game last year, we literally had more fans than them, and it was at Vandy.
That
So
was bad, dude. That was really bad.
it's really bad. But maybe Vandy shocks the world and beats Auburn.
You know what happens
Hopefully.
every time Auburn loses to Vandy? They
What?
fire that coach.
Really?
Yep. Don't need that to happen because Hugh does not need to get fired
Yeah, I think
yet.
if we do lose to Vandy, there would the conversation for Hugh Freeze on the chopping block. I mean, it would be insane.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's Vandy, you know.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah. I don't
so
know, man.
we to make a bowl game, we have to beat Missouri or Kentucky
You have to have 6 wins or
or
something.
Georgia, Bama, and we have to be we're counting A&M, Vandy, and we're counting A&M as a for sure win. I mean, it has to be 6 games, right?
I
To
think
make
it's
a bowl.
7. It's 6, right?
We made a bowl game last year. We went 6 for the regular season, right?
Maybe. I can't remember. I think we went 5 and 7. We didn't make a bowl
We
game
go
last year.
last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, we probably just had a bowl game because we're Auburn and we're a big name school.
No, we didn't have a
But
bowl game last year.
last year
Yeah, we didn't have one.
we did
We didn't
not.
go bowling last year, bro.
We didn't go. Wait. We didn't go bowling last year.
No.
Kidding me? So, okay. So we didn't play Maryland last year. That was the year before. We
No.
played Maryland last year.
You're right. Because Hank Brown popped off in that Maryland game. I remember that now.
Okay,
Was it 2 years ago?
I was smoking something, but I'm literally looking at the schedule and it says 23-23.
Okay.
A month after we play Bama, we play Maryland, and we get
Yeah.
cooked by two of his little brother, right?
Yes.
No. So how many wins we had last year? 6, 5. So we made a bowl game last year, but I don't know.
We got to make a bowl game, dude. We got to make
We
one, bro.
we have to go bowling. We have to.
We have to, bro.
Do we go bowling stream during the bowl game? Would be tough. But I don't know. So our next home game, Vandy. I assume you're going to be in attendance for those 3 in a row. Look how spread out. It's like home game, away. Do we have that much more home games than away games? I feel like we have like no away games. We have 4 away games. That's it.
We have a
Wow.
lot of home games this year.
Fleece everybody out of this. I mean, how many home games? 8. How did we fleece? Just like, does everybody have that?
I don't know.
8 home games? My goodness.
Yeah.
And we play. I guess the majority of our SEC games are on the road though. So
Yeah. Dude, those 5 in a row is brutal.
yeah,
Especially when you're driving back and there and back and there and back.
yeah,
It's brutal.
yeah. But I don't know, it'd be interesting to see. So, and then any more reactions to the Bama Georgia game? It was an absolute great game. Before we ended off.
Yeah, dude, that was oof. I thought Georgia was gonna come on top, bro. Really did.
I think or 2. I thought had many chances, especially the drive at the end.
Yeah.
To come opposite the pick.
Beck had like what, 2 interceptions?
I think he had 3.
3?
He had 3. I can look at the box score right now, but I just know that because our boy was telling us that.
Yeah.
And cursing on his name.
Yes, he was.
Pretty bad. So
He had 3 interceptions. Wow.
do you think he did? Do you think Bama should have went up to number 1?
Yeah, just with how shaky Texas looked against State.
Yeah.
You know, obviously Quinn Ewers will be back soon, but you know, there's always that thought of will he be the same and yada yada yada. You know, so in Alabama they're up 28-0 on the number 2 team in the nation. So it's like
I know it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, that is ridiculous.
But yeah, I don't know. So do you think Bama is that good, or do you think Georgia isn't as good as we?
I think Bama is that good. Truthfully.
Yeah, we say that. So if Bama is that good, that means Georgia isn't. I don't know how to say the phrase. Isn't not as good as we thought. If Bama's that good, that means Georgia's pretty good. They're not down here because it was a 1-score game. You know, It was pretty bad at the beginning, very bad. But I mean, still a one-score game with a chance to win, multiple chances to win. So
Yeah. Well,
I don't know.
Bama scored 21 in the first quarter. Georgia scored 19 in the fourth quarter. You know?
Yeah.
So it's like Bama is not really that much better than Georgia. I think Georgia just started slow. And
Yeah.
yeah.
What about it's not this week, but um Georgia Texas.
I think Texas wins.
I mean, there could be a chance. I mean, Texas. Quinn Ewers is gonna. I mean,
He'll be back for that game.
I'm not saying what's his face played bad. Arch Manning played a really good game. He has been playing really good games, but the Mississippi State game. Obviously, we can't look over it. But I'm looking at you look at Georgia's schedule. Maybe they are frauds. I don't know, but I mean they still handled Clemson, and Clemson looks good. They beat. Like I said, I can't count the Kentucky one. Really, it depends on how good Kentucky is. But you look, they got at Texas, at Ole Miss, already lost to Bama, at Bama, and they have Tennessee too, at Georgia.
Yeah.
But still, you're looking. I mean, they could be what I thought Bama would be last year with 2 to 3 losses. That could be Georgia this year. Probably lose to Texas. Probably
Yeah.
Ole Miss could be a really good game, depending on how Ole Miss is showing up. And then obviously you got. I think Tennessee. I think I'm not looking at that game as much because it's at Georgia, but I really don't think that matters. I think Tennessee could easily. They're ranked higher than them right now. I think
Yeah.
Tennessee could easily go into Athens and get a win.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how
So
good Tennessee is, man. They got that
Nico, man,
Nico, dude. He's a dog, but he's also first year starter. First year
yeah,
starting, so who knows?
had a great game versus you know Oklahoma. But I seriously, was this their bye week? Because I don't think they played. They did not play again this week. I don't think so. They have Arkansas this week. But yeah, their average, it was insane. Their average margin of victory, it was absolutely insane. 69-3, 51-10, and 71-0 before they played Oklahoma. Same for Ole Miss. They're like that too. But
Yeah.
but still, I mean, they had Nico. I mean, they had a really tough test versus the Oklahoma team, the Oklahoma defense.
Yeah.
So, but
Yep.
there's my rant, SEC football and stuff.
Yeah,
But,
that's our Auburn rant, dude. We have to let's see. So we got the game this Saturday. Might do a post game stream. Not sure.
on Sunday, maybe.
Possibly.
Hopefully we can get a schedule out eventually.
Yes. We're just kind of like gonna figure
A
it out.
consistent schedule.
Yeah.
It'll probably consist of 2 a week, maybe one post game reaction. Probably a shorter one because we don't want to initially dive into the next game because that's what the next stream's about.
Yeah.
Or the next stream could be about more the entirety of the SEC like we did today.
Yeah.
I
don't know. We'll
but I
figure
don't
it
know.
out. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. It was fun tonight though.
It was fun. Lots of fun.
Mm-hmm.
If you are in the stream, be sure you guys like the stream and make sure you are subscribed.
Yep.
We'll be putting links out like our Instagram and our Discord and all that. We'll be putting those up soon, so just kind of stay tuned for those. Kind of putting all that out right now, just kind of getting it all settled. Yada yada yada.
Yeah.
So
All the War Eagle coverage Instagram.
yes,
Maybe probably a lot of, I don't know, maybe some short videos off of this stream, and then shorts and clips for your absolute horrible attention span.
Yes.
So I have horrible attention spans. So don't worry, we got y'all. But
yeah. All right. Well, we will see everyone very soon.
Yep.
Peace, peace. War Eagle.